When you consider Hashem as a father, as a mother, He will be next to you.
Bishut Morai Rabotay, with the permission of Hashem, I hope everything is okay by you. Baruch Hashem, I hope you had a good Pesach. And as you know, there is a lot of things to talk about. Now that Pesach is over, let's try to understand what's all this about Pesach and Shavuot. As you know, there is two holidays, holy holidays, as Pesach and Shavuot. Pesach is like a preparation for Shavuot. Hashem, He showed all kinds of miracles to the Jews, so they can trust Him. So when He will give them the Torah, they will know what the Torah is about. I mean, when you vote for a president, you know all the program of the president. You love the president, you love his program, so you vote for him. You don't love the president, so you don't vote for him. So Hashem, the Jews, they had to choose now the Torah that Hashem want to give them. And they have no choice. But so they can have a choice, a good choice, to love Hashem, to follow Hashem. So Hashem, He did all what He can to prove the Jews that Hashem, He is Elohim, Hashem is God. So that's why this is the reason what before Hashem He give all kind of this is the reason why Hashem He showed all His love to the Jews by punishing the Egyptian who suffer them. Then when Hashem will propose the Torah, they will accept it. But what it is important is, before the Jews left Egypt, few days before, now Hashem, He give 9 hard play to the Egyptian. The last one was the death of the firstborn. But till now, the Egyptian received 9 big play. And now the Jews, they saw that Hashem, He is the Baal Habayis, He is the boss. He is the one who created the world, good. But Hashem, He gave them a mitzvah to do before they left Egypt. What? The Torah said, Mishchu ukhu lachem se levet avot. Hashem, He said to the Bnei Israel to take a ship. As you know, at that time, the ship, the Egyptian, they used to consider all kind of sheep, like cows, all kind of animals, as their god. They thought that they have a something spiritual on them, so they couldn't kill them. They did not eat them. So Hashem, He said to the Jews, I want you to take a sheep and to kill it, to do the shechita, and the night of your exit of Egypt, and you're going to grill it and eat it. That was catastrophic. That was really very dangerous thing to do. And Hashem said, well, that's what I want you to do. The question is, if really Hashem want to get His revenge from the gods Egyptian, so why He will not kill them? Why He will not say to Moshe, tell the Egyptian that on the 14th of Nisan, all the animals that belong to the Egyptian will die, with the exception of the animals who belong to the Jews. That's it. That's it. Why to make the Jews in this dangerous matter to take the Avodah Zarah, the idolatry of the Egyptian, and to kill it, and to eat it in front of them, and to grill it, that all the smell of the grilled meat will be all over Egypt. I mean, it's dangerous. And not only that, Hashem said to the Jews, hey, I want you to take the blood of the sheep and you put it in the mezuzah. The place where you hang the mezuzah, just put there the blood. So when I will see the blood, I will jump to your house and I will not kill the Jewish firstborn. I do not understand. Why this? Why Hashem had to put the Jews in this kind of a dangerous matter? I mean, Hashem, if you want, you can just kill the old sheep that belong to the Egyptian, and that's it. That's it. Why Hashem asked the Jews, take the sheep and do the shchita, you kill it, and then you grill it, you eat it. Why this? I mean, of course, if Hashem wanted to do that, he could do it. What it is very important for me to tell you is, the Torah said that to do this kind of avodah. I mean, what it is the avodah? Avodah does mean work. Avodah in Hebrew, it's work. It's when you work, it's avodah. It's like when you ask somebody, do you work? In Hebrew, we said, are you at aved? You work? Avodah, that means work. So I do not understand what that means. The Torah said, if your children ask you what this work that you do, what do you mean that what work that we do? I mean, to take the sheep and to kill the sheep and to take the blood of the sheep and to put it on the mezuzah, that you call that it's a work. It's not work. It's not a avodah. It's not work. So what that mean? This kind of work. I mean, the Torah should say, and if your children ask you, what do you do? Why you do that? You answer them, we do that because Hashem asked us to do that before we leave Egypt. But why the Torah said, if your children ask you what kind of work you are doing? It's not a language. What kind of work you are doing? It's not a language. Really, the language is if you, I don't know, if you build a house, it's a work. If you, I don't know, if you, a work, it's a hard work. I mean, avodah kasha. I mean, to take a sheep and to do the shchita of the sheep and to take the blood from the sheep and to put it on the side of the mezuzah, that it is, we don't call this a work. So now we have two questions. Why Hashem, he put the Jews on a big dangerous matter by telling them to take the sheep and to kill it and to grill it and to eat it? And the second question, what that mean? Hashem, he said to the Jews, if your children ask you what kind of work you are doing by taking the sheep and you kill it and you put the mezuzah, if they ask what kind of work this, tell them this is the law of Hashem. But this is not a work. I mean, the Torah should say, if your children ask you the reason why you take this, so you can tell them, Hashem asked us to do this because it was for a reason that we will explain later. So why the Torah used this as avodah? My friend, you have to understand two things. To be a Jew is not easy. To be a Jew is a big work. Hashem, He wants from us not to do half a mitzvah. I mean, it's a big work to fight the Yetzirah. I mean, not to do bad things, it's not easy. It's a big work that you have to work on yourself. Just listen to me. Not to do a sin. Do you think it's easy? It's like I need money. And I have kind of way to steal money from somebody without knowing he knows. And I need the money. And the Tzara asked me, do it, nobody look at you. And besides this, you can do it. Why not? Why you will not do it? And I have to fight the Tzara not to do it. Do you think it's not a big work on myself not to do it? And that's why the Jews in Egypt, when Hashem asked them to take the sheep and to kill it, and to take the blood and to put it on the mezuzot and to grill it, do you think they were not frightened to do it? How much they have to work on themselves to do that? And the Torah said, "Vayasu kidvar Moshe." And the Torah said that the Jews, they did as Hashem said to Moshe to do, they did it. Do you think they were not afraid? Do you think to have bitachon, to trust Hashem, to have faith on Hashem at 100%, it's easy. It's not a hard work. There's two kinds of work. A work, physical work, and a spiritual work. And sometimes the physical work is easy than the spiritual work. It's not easy to fight the Tzara and to win the Tzara. It's a big work. It's a big fight. You can wake up in the morning to make money, even if you did not sleep a few days. But to wake up to pray, to go to the tefillah, if you did not sleep one night, it's not easy, it's hard. This morning I asked somebody, why you didn't come to shul? Why you didn't come? You missed the tefillah, you missed 2 Sefer Torah. Why you didn't come? He said, I was very, very tired. I want to sleep very late. I said, tell me, if you had an appointment with somebody, a millionaire, to give you a big business, you will not wake up? He said, you're right. So, you're right, it doesn't help me. So that means it's a big work. I remember one night, I couldn't wake up. One morning I couldn't wake up, I was very, very tired. And I started thinking, what about if Mr. Safra, Edmond Safra, alav shalom, that was about 12 years ago, if he would come to the yeshiva, and they will come to wake me up after 2 nights that I did not sleep, and they will tell me, hey, Rabbi David, you know who's here? Edmond Safra is here. He came to see you. I will not wake up to go to see him? Of course I will wake up. Now, maybe he will give a donation to the yeshiva, maybe he will not give. But for his kavod, I will wake up to go to see him. So for him, I will wake up to see him. What about Hashem? The one who wake me up, the one who give me whatever I need, the one that 100% he give me everything. Why for him I will not wake up? So it's a big work. It's a big to miss a plane. We will do all what we can not to miss the plane. What about to miss the tefillah? Why the tefillah? Where I can do it again? But you know, if you miss the tefillah, you cannot replace it again. It's finished. You finished. So it's a big job. That's why Hashem, He said to the Jews 2 things. First, you have to make sure that you believe on me. You don't believe anymore on Paro. You have to believe on me. I am Hashem. Because people at that time used to believe on Paro, that Paro was God. Because Paro, he used to do, the Gemara said that the Egyptians, they were very witchcraft. They were big mechashvim. They were magic. They did a lot of magic. They used to, look how much they fighted Moshe Rabbeinu. Whatever Moshe Rabbeinu did from the name of Hashem, they did it again. They wanted to show Moshe that they are very strong on everything. So it's not easy that for the Jews to leave Egypt with the thought that Paro, it was something. He was something, Paro. Hashem wanted really to show to the Jews, before you leave Egypt, you have to leave Egypt with one thought, that the Egyptian God, you will kill it. It's not me to kill it. You will kill it. You will take the ship, the Egyptian God, and you will kill it. You will eat it. That is avodah. That is a big work. That was a big job that Hashem gave to the Jews. Because the Jews, on one hand, they were frightened to do that, but on the other hand, they saw the hand of Hashem, that Hashem is Hashem. And on the other hand, they thought, if they don't listen to Hashem, so they will be considered like Reshaim. And if they are Reshaim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will not deliver them. Like he did all those Reshaim that they died in Makat Hoshech, when there was the play of darkness. All the Reshaim that they had doubt on Hashem, and those who didn't want to leave Egypt, they died. They died, and the Jews buried them in the darkness during the 3 days of darkness. So this is the reason why Hashem, he wanted the Jews not to be a half believer. Hashem wanted them to be the believer of Hashem at 100%. And for that, they had to do a big work on them. A big work on them. What kind of work? To take the Egyptian God and to kill it on their hand without being frightened from the Egyptian. And that's why Hashem didn't kill himself, the Egyptian God. He wanted that the Jews to take from their hearts this emunah, this faith of the Egyptian God, and to believe only on Hashem. That's why Hashem didn't want them to be like a half Jew. Hashem wanted them to be a Jew, 100% Jew. Hashem didn't want them to be Pos'im Ashni Se'ifim, to believe in this and to believe. No, there is not. It's like a baby. A baby, if you ask who's your father, he will tell you, this is my father. He will point out, this is my father. He will not tell you, I don't know if this is my father, maybe this is my father, but I love both of them. So you're a mamzer if you believe that both of them are your father. No. You have to believe which this your father or this one is your father. So Hashem wanted to show the Jews, you cannot leave Egypt only by thinking Hashem is God, but Paro as well, he is something. No. Hashem wanted the Jews, when they left Egypt, to finish with 100% that Paro has nothing to do. He's not God, he's only a human being. He's a magician, no more than that. He has no power, he has nothing. The real God is Hashem. And that's why Hashem, he asked the Jews that you have to do this kind of job, this avodah on you. This is the way how Hashem prepared the Jews to receive the Torah. That when they will receive the Torah, they will know that the Torah was given only by Hashem. There is nowhere, nothing else except Hashem. A lot of times, without Torah, the Torah said, when the Jews, they crossed the sea, it says, "Vayaminu b'Hashem u'Moshe avdu." They believed on Hashem and Moshe. But first they believed on Hashem. Because they saw that all what Moshe Rabbeinu did, it's only because Hashem told him to do that. That not to think, God forbid, that Moshe, he was something. That something, like they thought before, Lehavdil about Paro. They thought that Paro was something. So Hashem had to show them that Paro was nothing. Because if it was something, so why didn't do nothing to stop the Jews not to kill their God, the Egyptian God, by being weak, not to punish the Jews for what they did, so that proved that Paro was nothing. Hashem is the God. Adonai Hu Elohim. Now, after all what they saw Moshe doing, they could believe on something about Moshe. Maybe Moshe, he is something. No. They realized that, Vayaminu b'Hashem. No, it is only Hashem. Moshe, he is his messenger. No more than that. Hashem is God. Moshe is only the one who act. Hashem tell him to do, he does. So all what he saw from Moshe doing, it's only because from the strength of Hashem. How much we have to be careful not to be half Jew. We have to be 100% Jew, not to be half one. Look, at the time, today, unfortunately today, how much today we have to teach ourselves to learn from Pesach. What it is the problem if we eat the matzah and we eat the chametz? What it is the problem from Hashem? Why Hashem wants us only to eat the matzah? We have to do all what we can to get rid of the chametz, not to have nothing chametz in the house. What is the problem from Hashem? What's going on? Why Hashem don't want us to have the chametz in the house and to eat the matzah, to remember that our parents were slaves? So for this, the reason is Hashem wants to teach us how much we have to be 100%. We cannot be chametz matzah. Chametz matzah, it's impossible. When Hashem wants us to eat only matzah, to remember that when the Jews left Egypt, they were 100% Jews. They were 100% matzah. They were 100% after Hashem, behind Hashem. They have nothing to believe on Paro. And that's why Hashem wants us for 1 week to believe, to teach ourselves not to be halfway, not to be two, not to be bad and good, not to be one day I'm Jew, one day I'm not Jew, one day I do mitzvah, one day I do avera. I have to decide, or this. For the matzah that we eat during the 7 days, we'll teach ourselves how much to be just one after Hashem, not to believe in two strengths, to be only on one Hashem. You can believe on the avera because it suits you, you have a pleasure to do it, and then after you regret why I did it. No, you have to be, of course, it could happen that one day you give priority to the avera, but don't forget. You do teshuvah, don't repeat again. You know, at the time of Eliyahu Navi, at the time the Jews, they used to believe in Hashem, but they used to serve Hashem through Avodah Zarah. Eliyahu Navi told them, you cannot be pos'im ashni sa'ifim. You have to jump. Or God is your God, or the Avodah Zarah is God. You cannot believe on Hashem and to believe in the Avodah Zarah. It's impossible. You have to choose. You cannot be this and this. You have to take a solution. You get married. If you get married, that means that you love your wife. You cannot say to your wife, I love you, you are my wife, then you look to other woman. I mean, it's ridiculous. Or you are married or you're not married. I mean, you cannot be a Jew in the house, you eat kosher in the house, and when you go out, you eat tarif. You don't bring the tarif in the house, so you add Jew in the house, you are not Jew in the street. You have to pick up, it's contradiction. You cannot be like this. You have to, this is what Hashem wanted to teach the Jews. Before they left Egypt, you cannot be with Paro and with me. You have to decide. You cannot believe in God on me and believe in the strength of the Avodah Zarah, idolatry. You have to pick up your mind. You cannot be two. You know, the Baal Tanya, he explained something that the Gemara said. The Gemara said, but before Mashiach come, Be'ezat Hashem, the whole world will be or Rasha, or the whole world will be tzaddik, good people or bad people. So the Baal Tanya asked a big question. He said, no, it's impossible. It's impossible to believe, to think that the whole world will be tzaddik, and it's impossible to believe that the whole world will be Rasha. It's impossible. Always there will be tzaddikim, always there will be reshaim, but to tell me that the whole generation, all Jews will be reshaim, and the whole Jews will be tzaddikim, it's impossible. So the Baal Tanya came up with a beautiful idea. He said, no, of course the whole world cannot be rasha, and the whole world cannot be tzaddik, but the Talmud, the Gemara, it's talking about individual people. That means, or Mashiach will come, or you are tzaddik, or you are rasha. That means it's a person to person. I mean, you cannot be two. You cannot be tzaddik and rasha. Because before Mashiach will come, there will be. I see now that Hachamim, our tzaddikim, they were big prophet. They saw that before Mashiach will come, there will be a lot of intellectual, the informatic, the internet, the Facebook, iPhone, earphone, I mean, people will be so busy, with their telephones, with internet. There'll be no time to study Torah. Bad things it will be a big itzara. So people, they will use bad things and they will come to synagogue. So it's a contradiction. Before Mashiach will come, there will be a lot of bad things going to happen. As today, unfortunately, today to be a Jew is not easy today. It's not easy. So that's what the Hachamim said. You cannot be two. You cannot serve Hashem. One day you serve Hashem, and then you go out, you do Averot. So it's not. No. Before the Geula, before will be delivered by Mashiach, you have to decide. Or you're a good Jew, or you're a bad Jew. Exactly as I told you before, that Hashem, He delivered the Jews only when all the Jews were tzaddikim, where they believed all of them on Hashem. You have to decide, because Be'ezat Hashem, the deliverance of Mashiach, Be'ezat Hashem, it will be like what happened at the time with Moshe Rabbeinu delivered the Jews from Egypt. So we have to decide. At that time, Hashem, He said to the Jews, take the sheep, the Avodah Zarah Egyptian, and kill it. You have to be 100% with me. So now, I think this is the same. Before Mashiach will come, it's going to be the same. We have to decide. Or we follow all this world that is full of bad technology that put us far away from Hashem, or to use it for Hashem. Because if the technology is not bad, it's bad, it's good. But if you use it for Hashem, okay. But you have to be careful. You have to ask Rabbi, how to do it. There is a good technology and there is a bad technology which you have to be careful. So before Mashiach will come, you have to decide what you want to do. Look, the hametz. The hametz, it's always hametz. If a piece of hametz, a drop of hametz, a gram of hametz, it fail on a big dishes of kasher, it will become hametz. You're not allowed to do it. Hashem, He wanted to show the Jews before they left Egypt. If you want to be delivered, if really you believe on Hashem 100%, you have to get rid of all kind of hametz that you have in your hand. This is when it comes to Avera and Pshara. There is no something that we can make an arrangement with Avera. Avera is Avera. Avera remains always Avera. You have to decide. You cannot do mitzvah and Avera. There is no, unless if there is Avera that you must do it because the rabbi told you to do it, like Shabbat. Shabbat, if you are ill and you have to take a taxi, a car to go to the hospital, you can. Your wife, she's pregnant, and she asks you, come with me in the car on Shabbat, you can do it. So you see, there is some averot that we can do, or if somebody is not well, and the doctor tell him you have to take a steak of a horse, you eat it because there is a lot of blood. If the doctor tells you to do it and you have the permission of the rabbi, you can do it. So there is, but just like that, to do avera, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. My friend, I want to tell you something. When the Jews, they crossed the sea after they left Egypt, it was amazing. They were in the middle of the sea. And the sea was like two big murailles, Homa, והמים להם Homa. I mean, can you imagine the water stand up from the left and from the right, and the Jews, they were in the middle. It's amazing. Hundreds of meters of water. It was beautiful. It was like a muraille. And the Torah said that the water, it was like a big wall in their hand and a big wall on their left. What that mean, right and left? The Hachamim said, right is the Torah. The zichut of the Torah protect the Jews. The water, it didn't want to divide. So the Torah said to the water, you have to divide yourself because they're going to accept the Torah. They're going to study the Torah. They're going to love the Torah. So you have to do that for them. Even that they did not receive it yet, you have to do it. Okay, it's accepted. So the Torah went to the left-hand side of the water, and they said, you have to divide as well, because the Jews will put the tefillin on the left-hand side. And with the tefillin, that they will put on their left-hand side, they will fight the tzara that he always stand on the left hand of the Jews. So the water, he had no choice. He divided. But he was angry. He was angry. The water was angry. Why he was angry? Because the Jews did not receive the Torah. It's like he divided himself because he has no choice. So my question is, why? I mean, Hashem told you to do that. Why? I mean, Hashem said to the water, you have to divide yourself for the Jews. Why he was angry? There is Homa in Vav, there is Homa bli Vav. The answer is, for the water, he has no problem to listen to the voice of Hashem, to divide himself for the Jews. But still, he thought, but how I'm going to change my nature? But the nature of the water is to be all over, and now to change his nature, to divide, to be like a big wall, hundreds of kilometers of wall in their hand, and hundreds of kilometers of wall in the left. It's a change of nature. They did not receive the Torah. I mean, do you understand? You say even the nature, it did not change themselves for a man who has no Torah, or a man who only believes in Hashem has no Torah. So for me, we understand how much a Jew should be careful to be 100% himself. He cannot be hypocrite. You know, Hashem hates people that are hypocrite. One day they are like this, one day they are like that. You know why we call the Jews Ivri? Abraham Ivri, Abraham the Jew, and Abraham Ivri from the past. Because the Torah said, Abraham Abinu alav shalom, he was one against all of everybody. Abraham Yitzhak, Abraham was on one side, and the rest of the world, they were on the other side. That was Abraham Abinu alav shalom. He believed so much on Hashem. He couldn't be two. He couldn't be Abraham and something else. As we know that we the Jews, how much we have to know that Like Baal Shem Tov said, that Abraham Abinu Alav Hashem, he was the only one. Wherever he went, he said, hey, en od milibado, there is only Hashem. It's incredible. So now, the Jews, after 400 years in Egypt, now they have to come back to the past. They have to be now, and Baruch Hashem, for 400 years in Egypt, they did the best to not to be assimilated. But now, Hashem helped them. Now Hashem is going to give them the Torah. So that with the Torah we'll be 100% sure to be connected with the past, with Abraham, and to be on one side while the rest of the world were on the other side. And how Hashem, he wanted to teach them that way, but telling them, you've been living in Egypt for 400 years. You thought that Pharaoh is God. You thought that the sheep is God. Now only you're going to kill it. Kill it. You will see. You will see that there is nothing on this Avodah Zarah. And if there is something in this Avodah Zarah, we'll see. So now you, let's prove. Hashem wanted them to prove to themselves. That's why Hashem, he didn't want to kill the Egyptian god with his hand. Hashem wanted the Jews to do it themselves. And that was a big job. That we call this Avodah. That's what the Torah said. When your children, when your son will ask you, Ma Avodah Azot Lachem, why you do this kind of work? I mean, this kind of work is, to be a Jew is a big work. It's a big Jew. It's sacrifice. It's not easy. It's a big work. It's not a physical work. It's a spiritual work. If they ask you why, so you answer them, because Hashem wanted us to learn how to kill our own Avodah Zarah, how to kill our own Yitzhara. You start, Hashem help you. Do you think the Jews, they were strong enough to do what they did? No. They started, and Hashem helped them. I would like to finish with this. Something beautiful that I read this morning. Shlomo Melech said, "B'chol et iyu begadecha levanim v'shemen al roshcha." All the time your clothes should be clean, white, and the oil on your head. So the Kotz Rebbe, he asked, what the connection between to have white clothes and to have on your head, oil? What it is a connection? And he gave an answer with an example. A man that he's wearing beautiful clothes, white clothes, and on his head they put a bottle of oil. A bottle of oil. So each move that he can do, the oil can drop in his clothes, beautiful clothes, and he will make them, bad. He will make them unclean. And when you have oil on your white clothes, you can see the tash, the mark from far away. So, in Poland, they used to say that the eglonim, the eglon, the coach, because before there was no cars, there was coach with horses. So the Polish people used to say before that a coach, it's not is the one who knows how to get out from the boats, from a dirty place. A real good coach is the one who avoid not to go to the places, who avoid the places where there is boats, where it's unclean. I mean, of course, if a coach is a good coach and he get to a place, dirty place, and then he get out from there, it's fabulous. It's not fabulous because everything in the coach is dirty. But a real good coach is when be careful not to get there. to avoid all the bad places. The Kos Rebbe, he said, you receive a good neshama when you came to this world. That's the meaning of good clothes. You have to take care of it. Each avera that you can do, it's like this drop of oil. You have to always understand there is a tzara. They give you a good neshama, a white neshama, but there is a tzara on top of you. The petach hatat robesh. You have to be careful. A small move that you do, you can do a big mistake. You will get your neshama dirty. So you have to work very, very hard to be careful that the tzara is near you. Shemen al roshcha. The tzara is near you, and you have a good neshama. Be careful, don't make this neshama dirty. Lo tate, be careful where you go. I think, my friend, this is Pesach. Pesach and Pshara. You have to be clean from the hametz. There is no solution on Pesach to think, this is nothing, this is nothing, this is nothing. You have to be careful, there is no hametz there. My friend, this is Pesach. Pesach, nothing on Pesach is allowed. Nothing that there is a drop of hametz, a gram of hametz, everything is not kosher. Pesach is Pesach. Pesach is from the word jump. You have to jump. You have to jump from everything that it's bad. Jump from the bad things, jump to the good things. This is Pesach. Pesach Hu Hashem. This is the only holiday that we call it Lashem. Because from Pesach is a preparation for Matan Torah. Pesach is fabulous. It's a learning for the whole year. For the whole year. You know, my friend, how much holidays we have in the year. We have a lot of holidays in the year. But the only holidays that we call him Pesach Hu Hashem, Lil Shumerim Hu Hashem, Ki Hag Hashem Lanu, is Pesach. Because Pesach is a big job, big work. From Pesach you learn how to be Eved Hashem. On Pesach you learn how to keep your clothes clean all your life with your neshama. There is no compromise. Pesach, there is no compromise. There is nothing. Only if you have to eat hametz because you are not well, you are ill, and the doctor tells you you have to eat this. So you can. But beside this, you cannot. Do nothing. There is no compromise. And that's why Hashem, he said to the Jews, before they left Egypt, take the sheep, the Egyptian god, and kill it. There is no compromise that I will leave this Egyptian god alive in Egypt. I can kill it, but if I kill it, maybe you will think that maybe they die. Maybe it was a coincidence. But by killing yourself, this god, Egyptian god, you will believe that I am the only God. Because if really this Egyptian god has any power, so let him to show me. So Pesach is no compromise. Pesach is jump. It's like somebody who is in danger. The only way he has left to jump, to save his life. From Pesach we learn a lot of things for the rest. From Pesach we learn you cannot be half and half. To believe in Hashem and to believe on something else. To do mitzvah and to do avera. You have to decide. You cannot jump in both ways. You cannot jump right, left, right. No. You have to choose or right or left. Pesach Hul Hashem. Look, even the sea was angry. The sea, in one hand, you see people that they were still big Reshaim, not Reshaim, they were the 49 degree of Tom'ah. On the other hand, they believe in God. So the sea was a little bit, it didn't want to let the Jews in. I mean, he said, it's impossible. You cannot. So Hashem, he said to the sea, okay, you're right, but give them a chance. Let them cross, so they will go to receive the Torah. You're right. Hashem will give the right to the sea. Understand? If Jews they cross the sea with the meaning not to receive the Torah, you're right. But they are crossing the sea to receive the Torah. So let them in. And then let's drown those who show the Jews to believe on them, the Egyptian. Because if the Egyptian will not force the Jews to believe on their power, the Jews will study Torah, the Jews will do good, they will be good Jews. But the Egyptians, they force the Jews to do Avodah Zarah. So let's punish them. So my friend, I wish you all of you bracha v'tzlacha, briut, parnasa tova. Don't forget this year the Hilula of Rabbi Chaim Pilou this year, Be'ezat Hashem, and I pray to Hashem to give you to all of you all what you need. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.
العيالات صغارتو